Grow Great is a city government leadership podcast with Lisa Norris and me, Randy Cantrell. Each week we share insights, experiences, and wisdom to help you and your leadership grow great. Our website is growgreat.com. So Lisa and Don, her husband, they buy some acreage up in Oklahoma. How long ago did you purchase that?
We purchased in 2022, but it was raw land, and then we had our home completed in August of 23, but we had to bring in electric, power, water. Like it took a long time, a year and a half.
Yeah. Lisa and Don, they wanted to be in the country. I didn't want to be in the country. So long story short, Rhonda and I discovered this place in Arkansas. It's where I am sitting right now. I call this room affectionately the Yellow Studio. You can see the color yellow pretty prominent in this room. This is the Yellow Studio 4.0. This one's in Arkansas. We came to Hot Springs Village. Everybody's heard of Hot Springs. This isn't Hot Springs. It's Hot Springs Village. We came to this little burg in 2018 to visit. And about the same time that Lisa and Don did their thing, we found a house over here and bought a house over here. We split our time between here and Dallas-Fort Worth. And I started doing a show. I started doing an online show about the place called Hot Springs Village Inside Out. I'm not hawking it. There's no reason for you to watch it. Maybe. But I just had a bunch of questions about this place. There's about 18,000 people who live here. Not everybody lives here full time. A lot of people are like us, and many people do live here full time. But the place is unique. It's not a municipality. It's a property owners association. And so I had a bunch of questions right out of the gate. So I started this podcast, Hot Springs Village Inside Out, to just really answer my curiosity. And this is a unique place in that it was built in 1970. It was opened up in 1970, largely as kind of a retirement place. Yeah, it's not senior living, and it's not, if you're under 55, you can't live here. It's not like that. It was just kind of built for people at this stage of life. And so that's who it attracted. It attracted people that wanted a slower pace of life and whatnot. And as I encounter people, they're from everywhere. I mean, nobody's from here. Okay, that's an oversimplification, but very few people are from here. They're from all over the world. They're from, we've got retired multi-star generals. We've got a lot of ex-big shot smarty pants in the military, from Army intelligence kind of stuff. We've got a lot of ex-CEOs. There's a lot of highfalutin, very accomplished people who've got really awesome stories to share. So I started a series called Porch Prowling because we're walking the neighborhood and there's a lady that lives not too far from where our house is. And her house is fairly new. It's got a wraparound porch. Well, you just don't see wraparound porches like you used to, especially in the Deep South where I basically grew up. So I got really fascinated by it. And I'm like, you know what? I need to showcase the porches around here and give me an excuse to kind of not just showcase the porch, but showcase these people and hear their story. I did a porch prowl for a person. It didn't come out. It didn't come out in the show because I didn't want to go there. But this guy was, I think, Special Forces. He spent time in D.C. In Secret Service and got a really killer porch. And so it's just kind of given me an excuse to not just showcase the porch, but showcase these people and their story. And so Lisa wanted me to kind of tell you about it and bring that full circle to kind of our leadership journey of making this not about us, but showcasing people, particularly, our high performers, especially. Mm-hmm. Lisa and I talk all the time about, it's a focus on others. It's doing for others what they can't do for themselves, and it's having a positive influence on others. The one thing all three of those things have in common is others. Others. That doesn't mean don't have a responsibility, but it's a focus on others, and that's what that's what this segment is really about.
And I love the way you did it. And what interested me the most, because I've seen a couple of the porches, completely unique and different, completely loved by that couple, that person. It fit them perfectly. It didn't have to be loved by anybody else. And so I thought it was so great, because I know at our city and so many other cities, whether you focus and highlight a person, whether you focus and highlight your strengths, that's what I love about city government, because we don't have to look like the city next to us. We don't have to try to be a Denver, Colorado. We don't have to try to be, in our Grand Prairie, we sit right next to Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, these humongous cities. We don't want to be like them, not because it's negative, but because we want to be Grand Prairie. We just want to be us and invest in what we believe in here, which looks completely different than Dallas, and different needs and different growth and different size, different position in the Metroplex. And I just love that about local government. I've always said, I've been in local government now 32 years. And what I love most is you can truly feel the impact if you work at a great city. You can feel the impact to your community for every decision made. You can feel the impact to your people. And you're part of it. So for Grand Prairie, in our case, we just had State of the City last night. The mayor does a presentation. Our marketing team did a fantastic job. We brought it in-house. We were coordinating with the chamber, but we've done it in-house this year with just our marketing staff. And of course, I say just our marketing. Of course, a lot of people go into it. But it was such a great review of, we had a Dino Fest with dinosaurs at our Epic Central. And it brought so many people in for this short window of time, 5 or 6 hours. And they have dino relays where people are in those dino blow up.
Yeah, those big
and it's a relay race around.
Yeah.
It's so funny. And the kids were invested in these huge dinosaurs out there. Well, do others do a Dino Fest? No. If they did, is that okay? Have they stolen our idea? No. But what I love is you get to be you. You get to be, our buildings. I know when Tom Hart was here that was most of my career, he used to take staff around the nation if they're going to build a new rec center, and they would go look at the best of the best and then say that would get their creative juices flowing. Not that we were going to replicate them, but he's like, oh my gosh, did you see that water park? We need an indoor water park. And then we need to also have a rec center that also has this thing. They kind of picked the best of the best and started making this vision for our city over the last 30 years. And it's so great. I see City of Mansfield doing amazing things. I see City of McKinney promoting, and Plano has the Balloon Fest. We don't have to be like each other, but we showcase the best of the best that works for us. And that's what I loved about your, what did you call it? Porch?
Yeah, I'm like, I need to come prowl your
porch prowling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds horrible, but what a great premise. It's a great premise of, to them, that is the best porch in the world. Poor Dawn, I'll tell my story as we're pulling back the curtains. Poor Dawn had always wanted a porch. We'd been in our house 26 years at this point. We'd raised the kids there. He's like, I just want a nice porch. And I'm like, okay, babe, but I need to do the living room, and I need new flooring, and I need new cabinets, and I need a new bathroom.
Yeah.
So for years, yeah, poor Dawn. For years, I was getting new flooring, new kitchen, renovating our closet so I could have a walk-in closet. And Dawn keeps going, but can the next thing be a nice porch? And I'm like, not yet, babe. So finally, year 26 and a half. Let's do your porch. We got money to do the porch. We're going to do this nice porch. And he got with one of our good friends as a contractor. He does the nice pergola, the side slats all stained. He gets rid of all these things so you could see our pool. We had these big columns. He's like, let's get rid of the columns so you can see out the pool. And it's pretty. And Don put around the pool all these big, nice walking stones that were 16 by 16 and black river rock around it. It looked sharp. Puts a TV, mounts it. He retires from Broadridge, takes a picture at night, drinking a beer, ice cold, feet up. All you see is his little feet like crossed if you're watching the video, and the TV up in the corner. He's watching the Gators.
Yeah.
And he goes, "This is it. This is my porch." And I said, "It's a beautiful porch." And it was like about 2.5 months later, I said, "Babe, we need to sell this house."
Yeah, we're going to
It's the
sell.
top of the housing market. And to this day, and we sold the house. And Don goes, "Man, that was such a great porch for a couple months." And we don't have a great porch right now. We built a porch at our new house, but we want to expand it, extend it, do a fire pit.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just want that porch
He
again. I
still
said, "I'm
just
so
wants a
sorry."
porch. Yeah.
So Don had a great porch, Randy,
For 2 months.
for 2 months. And then I've ripped it out from under him.
Yeah.
And now all he's doing is all my honeydews at the new land. And it doesn't include a porch yet.
Right. Well, and kind of to take off on your point about things being individual and you being you, I mean, I've gotten a bunch of people in the audience because I'm soliciting people. I'm soliciting
Sure, of
people
course.
who are in the audience. If you've got a porch that you want to share. And so I get a couple of emails. And it's like, okay, I don't have a porch, but I got a deck that I really love. Does that count? And I'm
I've
like,
got a garage that's awesome.
and I'm like, that counts. A deck counts. Now here they have what they call Arkansas rooms. Everywhere else on the planet, they're called sun rooms. Okay, well, you're in the state of Arkansas and they call them Arkansas rooms. I'm like, Arkansas rooms, sun rooms, decks, porches, it all counts.
It's that kind of outdoor-ish space.
Yeah, it's
Right?
like this is, I love sitting out here, and I don't know. We've got 4 seasons over here, and we're all anxiously awaiting the hummingbirds. So like 2 days ago, I re-put the hummingbird feeders out because these little critters, they fly south. They fly thousands of miles away.
Do they really?
Oh,
So we
yeah.
got hummingbird feeders. We've got beautiful glass ones that Don
Yeah.
bought
Yeah.
that go kind of in a spiral.
Yeah.
But we haven't put them up yet because I know nothing about them.
Okay, well, they're due back into our part of the country here within the next couple of weeks. They
okay.
Oh, they time it and they know, they know where they're going and they come back. They return. The same ones return. So, everybody around here that loves, and there's a boatload of birds. We're in the middle of the Ouachita Forest in the Ouachita Mountains in
Right.
central Arkansas. And so there's a bunch of bird life, and that's a big thing for those of us that kind of love just sitting out on a patio or a porch. So, but the point is, a porch is a porch is a porch is a porch. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. And some of these are very modest, but they love them. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's showcase this beggar.
To that point, it's different for everybody. And is there not always a story to the porch? There is always a story.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There is a reason they did the porch like they did it. And back to leadership, we want to highlight those things at our cities that we do well and have the same story. There's always a story to a person, to a project, to something that you're doing that's really special for your city, and be sure you're talking about it. That's the whole point. I loved your porch show, but guys, we have to highlight what we're doing well at our cities. I think so many of us do that already, but if you're not, enhance it or grow it or talk about yourselves and what you do great, because we don't have to be like one another. We just need to be great for ourselves, our city, and our people.
Thanks for watching and listening to Grow Great, the City Government Leadership Podcast. Our website is growgreat.com. For Lisa Norris, I'm Randy Cantrell. We hope you'll subscribe to the show, and we hope you'll tell a friend.